So extending this, there's no stopping.
Mm.
What's in line? What's your team like, or what's the structure? What's the plan of action? What is the mission vision? Or is Arun still likes to be a little lost like he was when he was, let's say,
See, I mean, I was always a moron, probably a lunatic. I still am, and I would continue to be one, in due course also. See, I mean, the feeling of ownership, it's giving me goosebumps even as of now. I mean, the feeling of ownership, and as I've said, I've been fortunate to make some money, you know, and I mean, I've learned through the hard way. As I said, I haven't got a lot of blunders, and I'm pretty fortunate to see the real world. See, a lot of guys would be just putting up a screener and they would be seeing the annual report, and that's done. The analysis were done. But in my life till date, from the first meeting of rent calcining, which I did probably when I was like 17 or 18, and the last meeting was of a company called Kisan Moldings. In between, like I have had meetings with 215 companies. That's quite a lot, right? So when meeting these companies, knowing about their arena, getting the industry perspective firsthand, these things are never going to be put in public domain, right? So you get that edge. Also, there would be a lot of guys, like-minded folks whom I'm pretty well like acquainted with. These guys tends to add a lot of value too. So when we actually connect the dots, the cumulative wisdom would help you to generate that alpha that you were like always seeking for.
What about plan of action for the team ahead?
So basically, as you did rightly say that we did our first international workshop, so the workshop should continue. The next thing that we are targeting in terms of personal satisfaction is we are targeting reaching out to few colleges and doing a personal finance thing there just for our own satisfaction, because see, no matter whether you are a doctor, engineer or a CA, you need to understand and manage your own finances.
Correct.
Right, so that is something that is there on our mind. Now we are also getting a lot into preferentials. So preferential shares, because what happens is in terms of small cap, it's very difficult to get the desired volumes that you need.
Right.
So we are getting into preferentials, connecting company and the investors, so that preferentials become successful. And even now we are planning to get a SEBI registration.
That's what happens, when you start to make a lot of money, when you have like learned the process, in the hardest way possible. Obviously, the money thing comes, the money flow comes, right? And in stock markets, probably compounding happens to be the eighth wonder of the world, right? I mean, in that
Einstein said so.
Right. If you are actually like looking to compound at 20%, your money explodes by 10x in a matter of 10 years. That is pretty huge, right? Obviously, if you put a peer comparison with FD, it would hardly be a bit more than double, probably.
Little more than that.
I mean, that cancels by a huge way, right? I mean, the everything blows up miserably. And the equity pattern, not to forget, these are in India, long-term capital gains are still tax-free. Whereas FDs are not, right? They are still like taxed at 30% odd. So even if you make like $1 million from nothing, you got to keep the money. And even dividends are still tax-free. Obviously, there's a limit now of 10 lakhs. But in Indian household, Indian retailers would never be getting a dividend check of 10 lakhs, right?
Exactly.